Hi there. Welcome to our session today. It's kind of our Freedom Friday session, and I'm Aquisha Harris, your executive leadership coach. I'm thrilled to have you join me today. Now, we're going to dive into a topic that's crucial for all of us in the leadership roles, whatever capacity you serve. If you're in leadership, this is for you because burnout is a real thing. And while we are trying to authentically master our well being, I want you to think of this, picture this. You're at the top of your game, leading your team with passion and drive, and you are at the peak of your success or nearing the peak of your success. But underneath that success, there's a silent danger that's present. Burnout. You guessed it. Burnout is like a stealthy little thief sneaking around and sneaking up on many of us when we least expect it. But fear not, because today I'm here to tell you and to arm you really with some strategies to outsmart burnout and reclaim your well being. All right. We know burnout. If you've ever been burnt out, stressed out, you know that burnout does not discriminate. It can affect anyone regardless of their level of success. But as executive leaders, the stakes are even higher because we're responsible for not only our own well being, but that of our team. So, how can we navigate this high pressure environment without sacrificing our health and happiness? That's something we need to ponder because I'm pretty sure many of us are trying to figure out the answer. Well, the first step is recognizing the signs of burnout. It's not just a feeling of being tired, stressed, fatigue. It's not just a deep exhaustion, cynicism, or a lack of efficacy. No. But does that sound familiar? Don't worry. You're not alone. You're not alone at all. But awareness is key. By tuning in to these warning signs and these signals, pay attention to your body. We can take proactive steps to prevent burnout before it takes control of us, okay? Because I like to be young and feel young and be vibrant and at the top of my game. But if burnout is present, it's pretty hard to do so. Let's talk about some antidotes to burnout, okay? Think of them as your secret weapons, okay, in the battle for your well being. Strategy number one, we're going to prioritize self care. Women talk about it a lot, as they should, as we should. But men, this is also very, very important for you. Self care. We all need to take care of ourselves because if we don't, who will? Okay? And we don't want to be at the place where someone has to take care of us involuntarily. Okay? So, when we talk about self care, I'm talking about those little acts of kindness that you do for yourself each and every day, not just weekly, each and every day. Whether it's taking a walk, going to the gym, playing sports with your friends, your buddies, practicing mindfulness, or just simply indulging in your favorite hobby. Self care should be non negotiable, and it is non negotiable if you want to avoid burnout and stay at the peak in your personal and professional life. Strategy two, set boundaries. Set boundaries. As executive leaders, I know the lines often get blurred between work and personal, but trust me, you're not a superhero. You are human, just like the rest of us. And we have to learn to say no. You have to learn to say no and simply delegate tasks and carve out time for rest and relaxation. Your well being depends on it. Now, I'm not one to promote the work life balance because I feel like even that is stressful in itself. I believe that we can create a synergy between our work and our home life because many of us we don't have the luxury of turning off our brains and not thinking about work. But what we can do when we set boundaries, whether you are married or you like to spend time with your family when you get home and you have kids, set time slots within your outside of work time, outside of the office time, I should say. Set boundaries and set those time slots where if you're going to sit down and talk to your spouse about your day, let it be that. Put the phones away. Turn the computers, put the laptops in another room, go outside and talk, get away from technology for a little while just to decompress. If you're having family time or family dinner, the same thing. Put technology to the side. Don't even engage. If you're somebody who is a workaholic and you're overly consumed with your job, and if you're an executive leader, I'm pretty sure you are, then either don't talk about work at all, keep it very basic, or just bring your family into that realm with you, because many of us lock our families out. We don't want them to be overwhelmed by the daily operations of our work. But sometimes, especially with your children, especially with your spouse, they love to feel included. They love to feel involved. And maybe they can give you some great ideas on how to improve your daily life or how you're operating in a certain manner that could be a little more efficient, especially Generation Z. Especially Generation Alpha, the younger ones, those who are 11 and under. Their awareness and their skill with technology really could be beneficial. So I would just challenge you, within your setting boundaries, try to look for a synergistic way to include your family in your work life if you can, unless like you're a top level secret agent and it just doesn't work that way. Okay. And finally, strategy number 3, we're going to cultivate a supportive network. That is great. Like, we can't be alone on the island. We have to cultivate a supportive network. You want to surround yourself with positive influences, people who care about you, people who lift you up, people who remind you of your worth. I'm not just talking about yes men, right? We don't really need them as much, but you need people to be buffers. You ever heard the phrase iron sharpens iron? That's what we need. We need people who can make us better. We need people who hold us up when we're feeling down. We need people to wipe our brow when we are just exhausted. We need people who are just a safe place for us to unload and tell them all of our fears and our disappointments and what we're angry about. You need a supportive group of people who can do that for you. Not one. I suggest that should be more than one person. I wouldn't want you to unload all of those things or expect all of those things from one person. So get a group, develop and cultivate a network of people. A mentor, peer group, it could be trusted friends, plural, but having team, a support team, not just a network, but a team, makes all the difference in the world in preventing this burnout, because we need somebody to talk to. You need somebody just to listen. People are talking to you all day. As your leader, you have to come up with all the answers, and you're required to know and do and do and be. But who's there for you? That's really what we have to consider. Okay. So there you have it. Our 3 strategies, powerful strategies. You can implement them on your own and you can do them fairly easily, right? But burnout is real, and that's what we want to avoid. We want to reclaim our well-being, and we want to be authentic in our well-being. We just don't want to do it superficially or topically, or, just kind of, oh, this is what make it just really superficial, okay, and fake and phony, where we're just doing it just to do it, and we're not immersing ourselves in the actual practice of it, right? So it's not just about surviving. I want us to thrive. I want us to be whole. I want us to be who we are supposed to be in this life and make the most of it. And as executive leaders, we just have the opportunity to lead by example and create a culture where well-being is the top priority. Because if you're not well holistically, I'm not just talking about compartments of ourselves, but holistically, where we are, spirit, soul, and body. If we're not at the top of our game or striving to maintain and operate at a peak performance, we're doing ourselves a disservice. We're doing our families a disservice. We're doing our team members and our organization a disservice, because people count on us. People count on you. That's just professionally and personally. It just is what it is. So thank you so much for joining me today on our little Freedom Friday conversation. If you would like those tips, then you could go to bit.ly/Aquisha Harris 1 and get a nice, wonderful printout a PDF that you could just take out and put it up, print it out somewhere and post it so that you're reminded, yes, Aquisha did tell me to do this. Yes, this is very, very important. I should do this now. I'm going to take my well-being seriously because Aquisha said so. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. And remember, better people make better leaders. That's it. Have a great one. Bye-bye.